Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liga Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. Ubisoft blames Disney, Lucasfilm, and the state of modern Star Wars for failure of Star Wars Outlaws. Give me a damn break, bro. Because let me say this, bro. If the CEO was seeing what has been going on with Star Wars, they could have changed it before it released. They could have just done their own Star Wars. They did their own Star Wars. I mean, they did their own thing. So they decided to go with a female character instead of creating an open world for you guys to create your own role play. Because that's what I would have played this game if I was creating my own character. But no, they wanted to go with a female, a wannabe solo, and the game failed. Not only that, bro, they did not fix the technical issues with the game, and there was a lot of issues with the game. I mean, I had one. I talked to Star Wars Theory about the game, and he played it, and he couldn't finish it. He couldn't finish it, not only because of the glitches, but how the story was going. It was just terrible, dude. It was terrible. But the problem is, bro, when you got Ubisoft, who's also responsible for Assassin's Creed Shadows, X-Defiant, and they want to push this blame. They wanted to push the blame on Disney, man, for the game's mess up. Blame yourself, Ubisoft. You should have never went with it. You could have if you saw what was going on with Disney Star Wars, you could have never went through this route that you did. Because they were doing it during that time frame of what was going on with Disney Star Wars. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say anything if they were going to do any changes. Nothing. They went with it. So the reason why he's saying this now is because Ubisoft is losing money, bro. They are losing money like crazy. And it is bad. You've got the merge with Tencent. You had a big major layoffs going on. It was just terrible, dude. And it all started because of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And then this came along, and it was really messed up. But let's take a read at this. Let's take a read. CEO of Ubisoft has blamed Disney and the state of modern Star Wars for the failure of Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws is an open-world action-adventure game developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft. It was released on April 30th for PlayStation, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Billed as the first open-world Star Wars game, it promised players the chance to explore the galaxy as a scoundrel named Kay Vess, engaging in heists, space combat, and interactions with criminal syndicates between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. See, but here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. Instead of them trying to do a female character, which the facial was ugly, by the way, because you had an actress that played this character who had a beautiful facial. They could have just went with that facial, but this looked almost like a guy. They could have went with the exact facial of this one. And this wasn't the only thing that happened there. It happened in Spider-Man 2 also, with another actress. But they decided to go with that. And besides, you could have created, if you would have done open world and everything and role play, I could have created my own character. I could have created my own character and had my own adventure. Like if it was Mass Effect, for example. But they didn't. That's what really failed it, man. I wish they went with the other route. I wish they went with the route that we could create our own character. It would have been perfect, this game. Despite high expectations and a reported development budget exceeding 200 million, estimates suggesting up to 500 million including marketing, the game underperformed commercially and critically, leading to ongoing discussion about its shortcomings recently. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot addressed the game's failure during a general shareholder meeting, attributing part of the blame to the state of the Star Wars brand itself, indirectly pointing fingers on behalf of Ubisoft to Disney and Lucasfilm. Ubisoft, Yves, you were doing this game during the Disney Star Wars thing. You were doing it during, and you didn't make no comments of this, that this wasn't a good idea to do it, that we got to make the changes. You didn't want to make the changes. You kept going with this. You cannot blame Disney Star Wars. Blame yourself for your failure. And if what make it better, makes you feel worse, you could have listened to the gamers. If you would have listened to the gamers, maybe, just maybe, you would have had a chance. So the Outlaws game mixed reviews, averaging around 76 to 77 on Metacritic across platforms, sold but not exceptionally, with praise for its world building and Star Wars atmosphere. However, it received criticism for repetitive gameplay, technical bugs, and a protagonist design that drew backlash for being unappealing or mismatched to the Outlaw factory. Now, here's another thing that happened. I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Now, here's what happened with the game and its failure. Technical design flaws. Early access players reported bugs, clunky stealth mechanics, and uninspired missions. Guillemot himself acknowledged design issues at launch in the recent meeting. So, here's the thing. Get this. And this is due to this right here. Pricing rise. People brought the DLC pack, the $130 one. They brought that because if you bought the $70 one, you wouldn't have access to playing the game. So they played the $130 one to have early access to playing the game. They had the glitches, they had the flaws, they had all that, and they were playing like a 5-hour game. Let's say if I was playing it. If I was playing the game, I'd have the glitches and all that. I had a 5-hour gameplay saving my game. They had an update. If you update the game, you will have to start over. Everything that you have accomplished, every mission that you did, every upgrade that you've made to your character would be gone. Flat out the door. But it would fix the glitches. Apparently, it would fix the glitches and all, and the technical bugs. So that's what happened. And it pissed off a lot of people, bro. That pissed off a lot. In the cultural backlash, online discourse highlighted perceived DEI influences such as the protagonist's appearance and writing, with critics accusing Ubisoft of prioritizing agendas over fun once again. This echoed broader gamer frustration with Ubisoft's recent titles like Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's the same thing. So, it's like this, bro. They should not be. I'm going to be honest. The full, you guys can read the full article of this and everything, but I've read a lot and it's just been too much. And I will say this. This goes to show you, man, that how desperate Ubisoft is, bro. Ubisoft is so desperate right now. And right now, the last thing I heard about Ubisoft was that they were trying to develop another Assassin's Creed game. Hex, I think it is, due to the witches and all. But they are losing money, man. They are losing a lot of money. And they're having massive layoffs. It's been terrible for this game, for this studio. I loved the Assassin's Creed games, the earlier Assassin's Creed games, the older ones. I loved Splinter Cell, man. Splinter Cell were one of the best games out there for Ubisoft. But they've blown it. They've blown it because they decided to go with the woke agenda and identity politics. I bet you, like I said again, if this game would not have focused on a female character, protagonist, acting like if she's Han Solo, you would have created your own character. Whether he would have been a Jedi, whether the person was a bounty hunter or a scoundrel, whatever. I believe this game would have been successful if they did not focus on that. If they would have focused on listening to the gamers and just make it into open world role playing, I think this game would have been successful. But it didn't happen. The game was a massive failure. It did not please the fans. And Ubisoft, look where they're at right now. And now they're trying to push the blame on Disney and Lucasfilm. But hey, they're doing anything they can to try to make money, man. But we'll see. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. I will have this article in the description below so you guys can read it. So please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.